welcome and welcome back to my channel. So today, as the title says, we're going to be doing another pick a card. This one is all about love messages. What do you need to hear about love? It can be romantic, it can be platonic, it can be self-love, it can be love in any sense of the word, whatever it means to you. Those who have been following me for a while know I very rarely do love messages, but I felt super called for some reason to put one out on the channel. So let's do this thing. I'm going to be pre-shuffling. Let's pick some cards for each group, and then I'm going to go into detail with the groups as we proceed. Timestamps down below. You know the drill. Let's get started. All right, I'm going to do themes for each group. So for group number 1, let's see. Love messages. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? I definitely did not plan this because it is February right now. It really just hit me. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. All right, very soon. That's group number 1. Let's see. Theme for group 2. What do we have here? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay. Group 3. I have a feeling this is going to be a special reading. Group 3. What's our theme? What's our theme? Okay. I've got some vultures above me. I don't know what that means, but attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. Okay, so we have group 1, group 2, group 3. Pick your card, whatever you resonate with the most, whatever message you are most drawn to. And I'm gonna dive in. Group 1, what do we have for you? What do we have for you? I'm using one of my new decks. I'm super excited because the artwork is gorgeous in this. All right, group 1. Let's pull some cards. What do we need to hear very soon? Very soon. Not easy to shuffle, but okay. All right, we have the 4 of Swords popping out. Let me get my life together. Okay. Here we go. 8 of Wands. Knight of Cups. Well, that's funny because this is a love reading, and Knight of Cups is like traditionally, there's always like an offer. But yeah, let me see what's coming in for you. Oh man. Look at this story we have here. All right, we've got the Knight, or not the Knight, but the 4 of Swords, who's really just there and gone and right. I don't know if it's probably better if I do it this way. I don't know how it's going to be reversed on the camera, but here we go. This is the story. This is the story we're watching. It's kind of, I feel like this is, oh my gosh, this is really your energy around, guys, this is your energy around love right now. Or rather, it's like the energy in your heart right now is very I really want to say it seems very dead. Like, it just seems like the fire has gone out. It's in the dark. It's in a pit. Like I can't even say anything. It feels hollow. It feels very wow. Very hollow. And you know what? I really want to say, you know, whoever's been feeling this way in their heart, whatever this heavy energy is that you're going through, I really sense with this dog over here really telling me, like, don't give up on it. Because dogs are very, very loyal animals, right? Like, they will, I just keep feeling like this dog is sitting here, like sitting vigil, like he's just not going to leave. And so I just, wow, there's this energy that's really, really wanting you to just like believe, like just don't give up on it. Do not give up on it. Like, you are going to rise higher. And even if you are not believing in it, even if you don't see a way, you don't know how, you're like, it's not, if you feel like it's not even possible for you, for some people here, that's just very, I feel like you've probably, whatever you've encountered or experienced, you've likely sat in this energy for quite a while, or it hit you very hard, or both, you know? And I'm hearing like you've been in the dark for too long. Like, you've been in this state for long enough, actually. Long enough, because I feel this energy coming in of it wants to change. It wants to change. It doesn't want to keep you here. Nothing wants to keep you here, actually. So it's funny because what did we have earlier? Very soon, but specifically it says clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you. So my question is, have you given it any thought? Have you decided? What is your next step? You know, we can't sit in this forever. The only thing that you can ever really believe, like, is a given is change. Change always comes. Change always comes. So you're not going to be sitting in here forever. So what do you want the next thing to be? There has to be something else, right? Something else is going to come. You're going to change. Right? Or we got to change. Because what did we have in the middle, right? Like, look at this swept off your feet card. Look at this. Oh my gosh, like the imagery in this deck is just mind-blowing to me. But take a look at the contrast here. Look, to go from this darkness to this beautifully expressive, light, free, floaty, amazing energy over here, right? What is it? The Eight of Wands. Just the contrast in between this should tell you, you know, it's like what goes up must come down, what comes down must go up. Like, you can only, what is that phrase where it's like, I keep hearing the song like started from the bottom, now we're here, but it's like the only place to go is up at this point, right? But for some reason, I'm feeling people here, there's either a resistance to it or a block to it or something, like you just, almost like you don't even want to believe that you can get here. I really feel that there is a very, very powerful aspect of your shadow that is keeping you chained. It's powerful, right? So, what do we have to do with that, right? Like, we don't want it to keep holding us back. Right? We don't want it to keep holding us back. So, I feel like we are going to start dismantling this little by little, piece by piece. Not all in one go. We're not going to do it cold turkey, right? Like, we don't have to do it all at once. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. But we are no longer going to be sitting in here. Okay, like things, it's time for the cycle to change. And I feel like this is a decision you really need to get serious with, because now the energy that's coming in here is less like woo woo woo, boom boom boom. Like, this is really for you. This is for you. You know, like, this is not for me. This is not for anybody else out there. In terms of like, this is not for your friends. This is not for your acquaintances. This is not for the person like whatever, you know, like this is for you. This is for your heart. This is for your experience in your life. Okay. I just keep wanting to go like this because that's what she's doing here, right? Like to go from this, I'm lying down here dead, to go like I can express myself, like I can let my hair down, I can feel free, I can receive and enjoy all that life has to offer. All that your heart is willing to experience, because she's very heart open here too. Okay. So I want to get into this Knight of Cups. Let's see. This Knight of Cups. So what I'm feeling here is there's a... I want to say it's kind of like you have to start... I almost want to say like start paving the way, but not necessarily paving the way. It's more... You'll need to begin taking these steps. And I feel like there are these little steps that need to begin to happen. And I'm really feeling like, again, there's this resistance that's coming, because every time I keep trying to flow into what needs to be done, I am having a very hard time like articulating it. And that's okay, right? It's okay when we experience resistance. It just tells us that, first of all, it lets us know like, okay, well, we have work to do, right? Because otherwise it would be very easy for us. It would just be like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. But it also tells you, you know, the things that we are resistant to, be okay with being gentle with yourself about it. Like, know that yes, the work still has to be done, but I don't have to like beat myself up to try and get it done as soon as possible, get this out of the way. I'm tired of living like this. I mean, if that's how you're feeling and that's like your natural way, sure. But just know it's like, regardless, you have to take these steps. You've got to start putting one foot in front of the other. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh gosh. All right, so let's see what else is coming. Or what else do we need to know, actually? Oh my God, I literally just like... Guys, I don't know. We're just gonna keep going, keep flying with it. So more about this Knight of Cups, because there's a bit more here than just the work. Horses also symbolize, you know, having to put some kind of work in. All right, yes, reconciliation. Reconciliation, this is... I feel it's more like coming to terms. Coming to terms. I don't know if you have been fully aware that you've been in this state for however long you've been in this state, or that it hit you as hard as it hit you. It's almost like you kind of have to come to terms with that you're not here, but this is where your heart wants to be, and this is where I don't want to say it's like where you should be, but this is the natural state, okay? Not this. It's part of the experience, yes, but to stay here longer than you need to, you have to come to terms with that you've been there long enough. You've been there long enough. And part of it may be revisiting what's happened. But more so, I feel it's not revisiting, because I'm not seeing here like people going back to like relive that experience through memory, but more so looking back at it from where you are now, in the perspective that you have now, in the current moment, in the current state. Because obviously whatever's happened, like there's been time. There's been some passage of time here. So now it's time to look at it from this current perspective and begin the process of reconciling with I feel like reconciling with yourself. Yeah, because this is a part of your shadow, and your shadow is a part of you, right? It is literally your shadow. Can't have light without the dark, can't have dark without the light. So it's like reconciling with that. There's something deeper here, actually. I wonder if some people in this group are either worried or anxious or dreading, even maybe, of the fact of how much emotion or turmoil is stored in what your shadow is holding about, you know, this energy. I wonder if it's because I'm feeling there's something like, I don't know if I want to see what's there. I don't know if I want to see just how much is still there. I don't know if I want to face it again. I don't even know if I want to feel that energy again. Like, I just don't want to bring it up. I don't want to go back there. Oh gosh, like I'm really feeling that for some people here. And it just keeps bringing me back to the horse. You know, you have to get on the horse first. Start by just getting on the horse, okay? You don't have to start off galloping, but start by getting that one foot in the stirrup. Getting yourself on the horse. And like really what this means here is to at least set the intention that I'm going to start this journey for myself to make myself better, make myself whole again. To get here, where at the very core of it, your heart really wants to be. Heart open. Okay, yeah, so you just got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Baby steps is the key here. And baby steps is usually the key to so much of how to deal with your shadow, with your emotions. It gets overwhelming when you try to take everything on all at once, and when you try to do it all in a very short amount of time. Like, again, it's that energy of the feminine. Be gentle with it. Be gentle with yourself. Show compassion to yourself in this process and for what you've been through. Right? So let's go deeper with our lovely lady here. Okay, 3 of Wands, right? Starting to look ahead. Actually, I'm going to read more into this because I feel like it's calling me. You know, I also feel like this is you. You've gotten on the horse, right? Like you've decided, I'm going to take the step. And I feel like you're going to be looking at, you see how there's a lot of, he's on a cliff or he's on like some rocky boulders and he's seeing like this rocky terrain in front of him. And he's like, I don't know how I'm going to cross all the way to that mountain back there. Like, this looks dangerous. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the trek. And you know, for someone in this group, it's like, yes, this emotion, this energy will pop up of you either surveying or realizing like, I have a lot of work in front of me. So be aware if you're allowing your hesitations or I might have to be blunt here, if you're allowing any excuses to come up as to that might dissuade you from continuing on to get here. Be aware of when they come up, because they will come up. We have a lot of resistance showing up here, okay? And your shadow wants to keep you safe. It doesn't want to repeat of what happened, right? It doesn't want to repeat. It also doesn't want to relive it. But the only way that we can take care of it is to shine light on it. It is to illuminate it. And right here, illuminating. See the sun peeking through the clouds. It's to illuminate it. And I really feel this energy coming in here. It's like you kind of have to really treat it like you would treat a child or your own inner child. right? Like when a child is, for like the vision I'm seeing here is when there's a child crying and they've locked themselves away in their closet or I don't know, whatever, in their room, and they're in the corner, you know, I don't know. What I feel is like the light wants to come and say, it's okay. It's okay to feel these emotions. It's okay that you feel hurt. And it's more like just walk through it, you know, like walk through it and just be, it's okay, but you know, we're going to get back up. We're going to try again, and we're going to get back up, and we're going to go feel better. We're going to go get some cookies. You know, we're going to continue on with life. We're going to get back up on that horse, right? Wow, everything just flew. All right, hang on. Okay, so I was out of this deck. Oh my gosh, literally heart-to-heart conversations. What did I just say? It's like the child, right? It was the back of the deck that was actually speaking to me with that message, because we got the little girl here. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Again, it's like honestly discuss it with yourself. It's come into terms. Have that heart-to-heart conversation with what your shadow, what you're holding on to, what maybe the parts of you that, you know, whatever you've gone through, whatever you went through. Naturally, some parts have been buried underneath, suppressed, you know, whatever the case is. And it's possible that you don't even know what's there. Like you didn't feel them. So they kind of just like nestled within you, and they're just sitting there like that child who's like, is anyone ever going to see me? Is anyone ever going to know that I'm still here feeling hurt? Guys, this is like, I'm like on the verge of tears here. Heart-to-heart conversations. Like really just get clear with your heart. Okay. Where am I being pulled to? It's funny, I'm not really being pulled to any of these cards, and the message that I'm getting in here is to journey within. That makes sense, because at this point, it's no longer about seeking anything external, right? I mean, if you get assistance with like trying to have this heart-to-heart conversation with yourself, that's one avenue. But at the root of it, it's being able to go within and see for yourself, right? A big part of the spiritual journey is being able to look within for yourself, right? And so that's really what I'm feeling here is for many people in this group, overall in this group, this is a step you'll have to take, either through meditation, either through journeying, you know, whatever your practice is, or just getting silent and really tuning into your heart center, setting that intention, like bring this up so that I can see what it has to say to me. Any of that, you know, make it fit into whatever you do. You have to do it the way that you need to do it. Wow. Yeah. With me, it's never there's somebody special coming in with, you know, he's going to be wearing horn-rimmed glasses. Nah, we hit straight to the core. Straight to the core. All right, I might actually split this into two. That way it's easier for me to shuffle. All right, we've got the Five of Cups. I'll probably pull one more. All right, Five of Cups, Six of Wands. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, let me tune in here. I feel like this is actually what will help you. This is what will help you, is to go into this kind of work, like to go and face your shadows from this perspective of like a grandmother or a grandparent, or from essentially like a wiser perspective. You know, coming in with, the key here is not to place yourself back into that experience, because that's not what you're trying to do here. You need to see it, but more of as someone who's just listening. Someone who's just listening, someone who's just observing, someone who is there to hear it and like acknowledge it, like, okay, I see, I understand. Because again, this really plays into, you're going to be coming at it from a different perspective. And it's like a reminder almost, like when you feel that energy coming back up, yes, you are going to feel it to an extent, but remember that you are also there not to get stuck in it again, not to really immerse yourself into it again, but to just listen to it. And if you hear it the first time, a good listener only needs to hear it once. So, okay, moving on to this. We have a hawk that's just screaming right there. And what are hawks? Higher perspective, right? Very, very loud message for those in this group. Higher perspective. All right, moving on. Who do we have? Six of Wands. Six of Wands. Who am I feeling in this card? You got that horse again. You're on the horse this time, actually. That's funny. You know, where was my first horse? This is when you were first getting on it. Now, it seems like you've journeyed a ways. It seems like you've taken quite a few steps here. I feel like you've progressed to a point. Maybe you've gotten a bit more comfortable with the process. I feel here like you've kind of come to terms with this journey that you're on. Oh my gosh, this hawk is literally right above me. Okay. And look at this. Okay, look. This is all coming together perfect. This was you looking past this rocky terrain, and what's in the back? It's like the same rocky, hazy, mountainous terrain. I don't feel like this is necessarily you coming out of it, though. For some it could be, but I feel like this is you progressing through it. You're going through it, and I feel here it's much more, I want to say like confident, but it's more solid, I want to say, in a sense, you know, because in the beginning of the reading, there was a lot of resistance. It was very, very hard for me to get that message out. There's a lot of resistance, anxiety, worry, hesitation. But here it seems like you're kind of in the midst of the journey, and you've grown a bit through it. You've grown a bit through it. I feel called right here. Group 1. All right, 10 of Wands. But we got all these wands. All of these wands. Wands signify action, fire, transformation too. You just went from the 6 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. You are undergoing this journey, okay? This is a journey that I feel like many of you will get through, because you know what's going to be keeping you going is this sense of, I'm not going to give up on myself, because I know that I deserve to be here. And at some point, whether you know that now or whether you realize it through the steps that you take, you do deserve to be here. Okay, 10 of Wands. You know, okay. Interesting, because I'm really being drawn to this little baby lamb that she's holding in her, I don't know, like a sack or a pack. It's really, really interesting. Let me get to it. Okay. Okay. I hope I'm going to say this right. So the vibe that I'm getting is it's like through this journey, through this process, through the walking, the steps, the mountainous terrain, through all the work, the processing, all that. You're getting towards the end of this journey, right? 10 of Wands. You're starting to you're getting to the end of the cycle, essentially. And you're getting to the end, and there's like still this little piece of your heart, right? Because it seems like it kind of seems like she's protecting it, almost like she's going in some other direction, and she's still trying to protect this little piece of herself. So what is that piece? You know what? It's your light. It's your light, because what is the lamb? It's innocence, right? And it's like, wow, I'm wondering if it's like you've been going through this journey and you're getting down to the very core of, you're getting out all these shadows, you're getting out all this stuff that you don't need. Your experience no longer needs it. And you're getting down to the light of the shadow. You're getting down to the very core, to the very root. It's going to be deep for you. But you're going to find it, because, you know, it's like the yin and yang symbol. In the dark part of that symbol, there's still a little white light. And so I think you're going to find the light in that shadow of this experience, of this energy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow, group 1. This is to the heart. This is to the heart. All right. Anything more that we can close out with? Okay, this is funny because this is a really good way to end it. This guy is looking at the bottom of his shoe and he's like, I had gum down there this whole time? Or like, it's like, no. Oh man. I don't know how often you all look down at the bottom of your shoes, but do you ever realize, you know, like what the journeys that you've walked through, or what you've gone through, or how many steps you've taken? Like, do you realize where those shoes have been? Okay, yeah, not necessarily in like, oh, they're dirty, but it's like, do you realize all the experiences you've gone through? Right? And again, this is an older gentleman here. So you've got this very, very powerful essence of a wise perspective. Both, this is what's going to get you through it. And then coming out of it, you are just even wiser, you know, like this is the key to this kind of work. Is, you know, at the end of the day, this message is all about your growth. Your growth. Becoming a little older, becoming a little wiser, gaining a little bit more experience, and also understanding how to look back on your experiences, right? And I feel part of this message that is coming in here is kind of like, you got to give yourself credit for what you've gone through and for how you've taken things on. You know, it's like that message. Being a bit more compassionate with yourself. Being a bit more heart open with yourself. You know, we always talk about being heart open so that we can attract other things, people, experiences, manifestations, what have you. What about being heart open with ourselves? That's a part of this journey too. Okay. I feel like that is it for group 1. It's just leaving me speechless. Let me know how that resonated in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. All right, if you chose group 2 with Give Your Relationship a Chance, this was your card in the pre-shuffle. Let's see what messages we have coming in for you about what we need to know about love messages, what's happening, what do we need to know? All right, here we go. Well, if this isn't a great card to start off with, the World. The World. Wow, okay. All right, let me pull a couple more from here. Here we go. 3 of Swords. All right, what's happening? Started off with the World, 3 of Swords. Do one more. And the High Priestess. Okay. All right, let me tune in. So what I'm feeling here in this group, there's this sense of you've really kind of been at it, either on your own or alone, or, I mean, you've been feeling this way. Like there's this sense of like, it's just me. It's just me. It's just me here. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of other people in the room, but I feel like it's just me. I'm the only one here. Not like it's just me, like everyone look at me, but it's more like I don't see anybody else in here. Like there's no one for me here. Like I'm all alone in this room. What are you talking about? You know, that's really what I'm feeling here for you. Oh my God, and it makes sense because look at her in this card. Her eyes are closed even though she's embracing this other person. She's like, I just can't see. No, it's just me. It's just me. And I'm the only person in this world that's it. Oh goodness, okay. And it's funny that this is how the energy's coming in, because it's coming in almost comically. You know, I feel like the universe is really looking at you like, do you really believe that? Like, are you serious when you say that? Because no. Let's get out of here with that story, because that's not what is true. So it's funny because I feel like the universe is trying to come in and show you. Right? We've got a lot of divine energy here. We've got these little angel-like cherub people back here. We've got the angel wings over here. It's like I really feel like the universe is trying. They're not forcing. They're not forcing. I really don't feel like anyone in the divine realms right now is really pushing this onto you, because they need you to open up to it yourself. They need you to, I really feel this energy of like, stop. They want you to stop telling yourself this story and open up to what truly is. That there's a lot around you that wants to come in, that really wants to offer itself to you. And I feel like you're this, yes, it's the High Priestess. And, you know, I feel you're kind of looking at what you're holding, and I don't know, it's like you're kind of looking down at, what is this vibe? It's like you just don't know. You're looking at it, like, look at her expression. She's just like, you know, I just don't know if there really is. If there really is anything out there for me. You know, maybe you just haven't looked in so long. Maybe you just haven't, maybe you've had your eyes closed to it for some time. That you started believing this story. And now you're like, well, I don't know. I also feel like there's a bit of this energy of like vulnerability that you're almost not wanting to either give up or show. Maybe a fear of being vulnerable, or that it's going to ask you to become vulnerable. Could be involved. Okay, let's keep going. But I think you know, because it is the High Priestess. You know, I think to some degree, you know that this is just a story you've been telling yourself to protect yourself, okay? You know, like a lot of the stories that we talk about are to protect ourselves. But you don't have to, I really feel like you don't need to get defensive about it. You don't need to feel like you have to explain why. Again, like this journey is for you, right? It's not, you don't have to explain to anybody why, it's just, this is for you, this is your journey. But you do know on some level that this isn't true. There is more out there. So let's get into it. Let's get deeper. Here we go. One more. This one. Okay, who did we have? Okay, 7 of Wands. And I'm going to go into this one first before I get the other card. 7 of Wands. Now it's funny because in group 1 we also had the theme of the lamb show up. Okay, we had the lamb, right? Here, I feel for you. Look at this person. How they're, I don't know, their expression is like, I don't know if I want to give up my light, my innocence, my lamb. More of like your heart, because he's like clutching it to his chest, right? Or her chest, whatever. And so it's almost like there's this unwillingness. There's this unwillingness to share it. There's this unwillingness to open up. You're just like, this lamb is just mine. And it's like how we talked about. On some level, perhaps it is to protect yourself. Because you are protecting your heart. So what did we have? We had 6 of Swords pop out. I'm really being drawn to this individual down here, who I feel is I feel this resistance about doing this. And if you kind of look at her body language, it's very like that, right? Very opposite of what we had over here. It was just like kind of clutching onto the lamb. Here, I feel this resistance in, you don't want to be so vulnerable. You kind of want to, your body language, you're wanting to close back up. You don't want to be so open. I want to know why. So we have to get to the core of this. Whoa. Oh my gosh. All right, we have codependency flying out. That was loud. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. All right. I kind of want to go into here. The Chariot. Okay, that's what I thought. So, when I was reading this card, you know how it says addictions are affecting your romantic life? Not necessarily anything to do with substance, okay? I feel this is more like you're kind of attached to this way of being, right? It's also very like the world, right? Look at her. She's like laying down. She's got, it looks like she's got the finer things in life. I guess you can say she's got her roses. She's on her own. She's like, I don't know, like I'm kind of comfortable like in my seat where I'm at, and I don't know if I want to look at anybody. I just want to do my own thing, you're kind of like turning your face away from it. You're like, I don't know. Like, yeah, there could be nicer horizons out there, but you're in your seat. And the Chariot is what? It's all about control, right? It has a lot to do with control. It's really interesting because we had Strength right behind it. Right behind it. 2 major arcana. I feel like you want to make sure that you are always driving the show, that you are always leading the reins, that you are directing the horse. And it's this sense of like, well, if I open up, or if I, allow someone else in, or whatever the situation, then that gives up a little bit of my control. Then anything could happen, like I don't know who's going to come in. I don't know what the universe is going to bring to me. I don't know. Right? And, wow, I don't know. It's just, that feels exhausting to me. There's this energy, like, aren't you tired of that? Like, aren't you tired of always feeling like you have to be on the lookout, be on alert, protect yourself, protect your heart, like, don't you want to take a break and let someone else lead? Not necessarily a person, but just, the universe. Don't you want to allow yourself to open up to that and let them take care of you a little bit? Because you've just been taking care of yourself for a really long time. To the point where you stopped seeing that, there's other things that are willing to offer you help, or offer you some kind of like positive energy in your life. Oh my gosh. All right. So what did we have with this Strength? Strength and being vulnerable. There's a sense here of like, vulnerability does not mean weakness. It does not mean that you are soft. It doesn't mean that, like, there's no negative aspect to it. You can find a lot of strength in it, actually. I don't know if you realize that. Perhaps it's your perspective of what it means to be vulnerable. Because, it's funny, she still has a little arrow. She can still defend herself. She can protect herself, but, she's got the lion. Like, that is her strength. That is her strength. She's got the lion. She doesn't need this little arrow. She's found strength in her vulnerability. Because it's almost like, I feel there's this disbelief that you're going to be protected. There's this disbelief that, like, I don't know if I'm actually going to be safe out there if I open up my heart, if I open up my life. And it's this contemplation that you're cycling through, more so like that you keep cycling in of, I don't know. So what does it do? It keeps you in this state, this unwillingness to open up keeps you in this cycle. But we want to get you here where you are feeling strong and confident in your ability to be vulnerable. These are hitting really deep. I'm like, yeah, let's do a love reading today. All right. Let's keep going. The energy just dipped me back down. They're like, no laughing. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna pull the next one that sticks out. Bottom of the deck, actually. King of Wands. That's so funny because we were just talking about control, right? And it's like you're getting this, oh my gosh, you're getting this yang energy. Well, I want to sit on my throne. And I want to wear my armor. And I want to be, you can't go any higher than a king, right? Like, I want to be at the top. Okay, so. Where am I being drawn to? Where am I being drawn to? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. We're kind of in this state. Okay, but what we want to be is here now, not as I can't see anyone, but now as embracing this, the divine feminine. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Whatever you identify as, it's the divine feminine energy of being able to be open, of being able to receive, of being able to be vulnerable, right? Like this is a very, very high contrast between these two cards, where he's all geared up to go to battle, right? And she's totally, like, you know, she's got really nothing. And yet, you know, like, it's just this, it's very strong. There is a strength in this that I'm picking up, because, you know, yes, you know, maybe she's not wearing anything, she doesn't have any protection, she doesn't have any armor, but it's the strength in, she's obviously not afraid. She's obviously not afraid to be like this. She's not afraid to stand in her vulnerability. She's not afraid to stand with her heart open. She's not afraid. And you know what? I feel this energy that's coming in of anything that does try to come in and what you could perceive as, you know, try to take her down or whatever, you know, comments or whatever, just bounces right off. She is such a bright light that it doesn't even faze her. It doesn't even bother her. You know, like, now you've turned away to anything else that is not on this level of strength and vulnerability. Do you know how powerful that is? When you feel like you don't even have to wear any armor to defend yourself. Like, that you don't have to, like, the universe is taking care of you here. Right? Look at how divine this is. Oh my gosh. This really brings me back to that, you know, it's exhausting to wear armor all the time. It weighs you down. It's heavy. Yes, it serves a purpose, but you know what? If you feel like you're untouchable, then you don't really need armor, right? You've got your own strength. Group 2. Group 2. This is powerful. You have so much major arcana showing up here for you. This is significant. The Hanged Man. Okay. I was like, yeah, more major arcana. All right. I feel like I need one more for this part of the story. That just came right out. What was that? 4 of Cups. Kind of want to tune into that. Tune into that. You need to be able to open up your hand and allow some form of help to come in. Like, not, it's more like you need to be able to open up your hand and be able to, you know, look at this, just look at this image. Look at this kind of like a grumpy old man, and he's got his hands like this, you know, it's like, I'm not gonna open it up to anybody. And it's this child, this divine, this is your light. This is the lamb, the piece of your heart that's been protecting. And it's like, you know, I want to open. I want to receive. I want to show you that it's this energy of like, there is still goodness in the world, you know, and it's like a cheesy way of saying it, but you know, this child is trying to let me show you that there is still light and wonder and more things that you've yet to experience. Like, there's so much more still out there. Let me show you what it's like to be like a child again, to feel free, right? To feel like the whole world is at your feet, you know? Where you don't have to be in control, where you're not bogged down by your past or whatever experiences you've walked through. This is your this is your inner light. That's like, come on, like, let me show you. Let me show you what you have yet to experience. All right. Anything more for group 2? This one. So this is where we're at right now. You clutching onto your heart, and oh gosh, it's like you're trying. Two of Swords. Traditionally, it's all about, like, you don't know, like, essentially it's coming to a conclusion, right? Like, you have to make a decision one way or the other. And so, you know, it's, I think that's what's coming in here right now, is this contemplation of, I feel this energy. It's like at some point you're going to start swinging, like, okay, well, do I want to open up? Do I not want to open up? Do I want to open up? Do I not want to open up? You know, what do I want to do? And I really feel like you need to tune into your heart. Like, really, really tune into your heart. Not what's on the surface, but like at the core of it. At the core. What does your heart want to experience? What does it want to experience? Don't allow the what I don't want to experience. What does it want to experience? Focus on the ideal, essentially, but what do you want? Just like in the Notebook, right? It's like, what do you want? And you're going, it's not that simple. No, what do you want? It's not that simple. What do you want? If you've seen that movie, please go watch the Notebook after this. All right. I feel like that is it for group 2. So fitting that we end this reading on a 2. Oh my gosh, let me know how that resonated in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. All right, welcome to group 3. If you chose the attraction card, this reading is for you. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. All right, let's get started. What are our love messages? What do we need to know in love? All right, well, this kind of tells you everything you need to know. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Ooh, you know, I feel a sense of like a rejuvenated you here, like a fresh new you. Oh man, like there's a sense of, there's this youthfulness about you. Okay, interesting. I wonder where this is gonna go. There's a sense of youthfulness here. Trust. Always, 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 always. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Wow, this is, I don't want to speak too soon, but this is very, very different from piles 1 and 2. There is this sense here of, I feel like it's almost like your heart is kind of feeling ready, kind of like it's opening. It's opening. It's a lot more open than in the other groups, which makes sense because there's this youthful energy about you. There's this like rejuvenated energy. Okay. It's the romance deck that keeps wanting to call your name. All right. Actually, no, I'm going to go into that. All right. So we have deception here. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Okay. Now this isn't somebody else. This is you. This is within you. False self mask, right? All right, let's dive in deep and see what this self mask wants to say. Okay, I sense a bit of, I don't know if it's like fear or worry or doubt. I feel like doubt is the correct term here. Of, you don't know if you're going to attract someone who's aligned with who you are at this time. Like who you are becoming. You don't know if you're going to attract someone who's just aligned, like whatever's coming in next. There's this sense of doubt, like I don't know, it's, you're a bit skeptical about it. Why? Why don't you believe, like, yes, you're going to attract someone who really makes you feel fulfilled, or, you know, whatever it is. Yes, you're going to attract someone who is aligned with you, your values, your beliefs, who you are as a person. Interesting. Why are we singing that song? Why are we singing that song? I have the Empress coming out, but why am I feeling, because generally when the Empress comes out, it's a very, let's talk about her. The Empress is a very abundant, very nurturing, very, very embodied in the divine feminine of being open and receptive and, you know, truly knowing that she gets what she deserves for her highest good, right? Like she won't get anything that's below her. She won't get anything that's not aligned for her Empress self. So I don't know why you're not seeing that. For some reason, you're not seeing this truth that you are going to call in someone, or are calling someone in right now, who's going to be able to treat you in this respect. But for some reason, you're not totally seeing it for yourself. I'm not too sure why. So I want to dig deep. Why aren't we seeing this for ourselves? The Empress doesn't doubt. She knows she's going to get what she deserves. Pull one more. So we had the Page of Coins. Oh my gosh, I really love these cards. Okay. Page of Coins, Page of Coins. Wow, there's something here about, I think you're wondering, like, have you done enough work? Are you questioning, like, have you done enough of the work to be able to deserve this? Or it's like, have you done enough of the work where the next thing that comes in, you can actually trust it and know that it's divine, that you've earned it? Like, I don't know, like, are you doubting everything that you've put in to get there? What? Why? The following card we had was the Queen of Wands, right? Like, Queen of Wands. It's this interesting energy because it's like, the Queen of Wands is, she knows, like, she's at the top of her game. Okay, she's at the top of her game. She's put in the work. She has done everything she needs to do. She's in a totally different space from, I don't know if I get what I deserve, to, heck yes, I'm getting what I deserve. You know, like, yes. Anything that shows up on my path, it's gonna be to my standards. It's only gonna treat me like royalty. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. Five of coins. Yeah, this worry keeps coming back in of you just don't know. Like, well, I don't know. Like, what if it's like a really karmic situation again? Or what if I end up having to go through some other kind of lessons again? And it's just, oh my gosh. Okay, so generally with Five of Pentacles, it's like two people and they're, they're outside of a church or they're outside of a home or something like that. And it's literally right there in front of them. And they could go in and shelter themselves from the cold. But instead they're looking at it like, I don't know, like it could be something worse in there for me. Like what's gonna be worse than standing out here in the cold and freezing, okay? Like the light is literally shining down on you. Why don't you want to come to it? Why are we in this? This seems like, it seems almost like a bit of a cycle going on here. Like why do you keep coming back into this? Why do you keep like recoiling or withdrawing from it? Why is that? Because there's a bit of, there's trust that's needed. I mean, that card came right out for you, right? Trust. Without trust, I kind of sense like that's where it's coming from. Is because you need to be able to trust. Literally, you need to be able to trust, but you're running away from it. We are running away. Oh my gosh. And literally the universe is like holding on to you. Like, where are you going? Like, come, literally, I have these blessings over here for you. Like, where are you? What? Like, I have them ready. Like, don't you want to see what I have for you? And you're like, no, please. Like, I don't know. I want to be over here in my corner. I don't know. Why? Because you know what? You are also on a level ready for it. Because you're already like dressed up for it. Like, your heart is there. Your heart is there. But why is your mind the one that's trying to flee? Why are you, you're getting that response for some reason. It's like you're running away from the stuff that you're attracting. This one. So what's going on there that we need to know? That we need to know about, that we need to illuminate one more time. Okay. We had the Three of Coins. What am I feeling here? Wow. This is really interesting. You know what this is? Your heart space. And it's like it's empty in the sense that it's getting ready to receive something. But I think, oh my gosh, this is the energy that I'm getting in here right now. You know when you're moving and you have to pack up all your stuff in the house, right? You have to pack up all the furniture, you have to box everything, and when you take it out of the room, it's all empty, right? And you kind of realize, like, it's that sensation of being in an empty room and realizing, like, oh my gosh, like, there's gonna be something new in here. There's gonna be something else in here. Or when you're moving into a space and it's an empty room, right? But it's like, oh my gosh, right? Because look at him. This is you. You've got all this empty room. You've been working on it too, right? Like, you've been working to get yourself ready to receive. And now, there's something's gonna show up at your door. So I'm wondering if it's like you're just scared because to some level maybe you realize, like, oh my gosh, like, this is gonna happen. Like, I am ready. The room is empty. My heart has space for this. I'm not used to that. Because you've been doing the work to clean it out. When was the last time it was empty for something new? Okay. Being called to this one. All right. Another one more. Oops, all of them fell out. Okay. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And then following it, we have the honeymoon, which says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Okay, well, this pretty much tells us what we need to know, right? It's like your feelings are real and worth exploring. Right here is the buzzword for me, exploring. What does exploring entail? Going somewhere new that you haven't been before, seeing something new, trying something out, explore, you know, like see what's there. See what's there. And it's funny because these little cherubs, I really feel, are like the universe who's just like really popping out, like just this vibe. Come on, you guys, it's really popping out. It's like, come on. The song from The Little Mermaid just popped in my head. Where does it go? It's like, sha-la-la-la, kiss the girl, right? Where it's Ariel, the mermaid, and then the Prince Eric, who are in the boat, and then all the little animals are just like, yay, you know, like it's opening up to new love. Oh my gosh, like she deserves this. This is gonna be amazing. This is magical. Like, yay, you know, they're really happy for them. This is the universe trying to be happy for you. It's like they want you to explore. Like this is the whole vibe of this reading. Is like this is you're really trying to be delivered some blessings here. Like the universe really wants you to really wants to give you these blessings. In fact, they're already there. The universe just wants you to receive them. Like you're ready. The universe is ready. So now at this point, it's up to you to just trust yourself and be willing to receive and just be open to seeing what's there, exploring it, right? Because again, it's like the energy of blessings, like honeymoon. You know, honeymoon, like really, truly going through it and then feeling fulfilled, right? Like, it's like this feeling of fulfillment that's coming out of all of this. Perhaps that's where the trust needs to come in, is that what you receive is going to be what fulfills your heart. Yeah, you can tell I did not charge. You can tell I was really called to this reading because I did not charge any of my batteries prior to this. I was just like, all right, whatever's on them. So I just hope I have enough to record all 3 piles. All right, let's keep going. Final messages. 7 of Swords. Ace of Cups. If that's not a beautiful way to finish out the reading. And anything else? No? All right. Okay, we've got this 7 of Swords. Okay, you know what? I just get the vibe of, it's like, the universe wants to take care of you. The universe wants to take care of you. Look, he's like, oh, are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Like, I'll catch you. You know, like, I'll get you. Don't worry. Look, and it's, oh my gosh. This is so, it's so, I want to say it's so pure, but it's just so, it is pure, you know, it's from the heart. It's so genuine and authentic and so, I can't even find the words to describe this feeling because it's just so true. It's so true. Not too good to be true. It is true. It is true. Because we had the Ace of Cups. This is the Ace. This is an entirely new emotionally fulfilling chapter that you've earned for yourself. I really think some people need to hear that, because I just keep wanting to stress it. Like, you have earned this. You've earned this. You've done the work. You've gotten to the point where you can feel this new, youthful, heart open energy, where you are attracting something that is truly up to your value. And you have a very high value. Why? Because you were not afraid to do what you had to do to get to this point where, you know, to become a better person, to open up your heart and love, to really go through the work, right? It's not easy. Emotional work is not easy. But look, you've earned yourself a new beginning. Something that's really going to fill up this brand new cup. Which is funny, because the next card we had come out, she's like giving this person a cup. She's like, here you go. Here's your cup. And it's funny, because it's like, this is you, right? Like, you've gone through this meticulous journey of trying to get here to the point where you weren't even like, I don't know, I can't see it for myself. Like, I know it's coming, but I can't really see it. And now the universe comes with something new and youthful that's going to enliven you and just bring this joy and radiance into your life. Because it's like, I feel this, like, you're going to shut off these clothes. You're just going to be shutting off all of this that you've I want to say that you've gone through, but it's like you've grown so much, right? And now it's time to like shed it and start something new. Something more, something that you deserve, right? Like, you don't need to shy away from it. It's being brought to you. It's like, allow your heart to receive that. Really, really, truly believe in it. Like, trust it. I don't know how many times I've said, like, the universe wants to give this to you. You're the only one who's still kind of like standing in your own way, right? Ah, okay. Is that it for my group number 3? Cards ain't done with you yet. All right. Hopefully before my battery runs out. Last shuffle. This one. All right. No more work, you guys. Like you've done enough work. You've done enough work. It's time to receive. Okay, like, just look at her. She's like, oh my gosh, like, I'm freaking done. Like, it's like, you're done. You're done. It's time for this. It's time for this. You have gone through what you needed to go through. Like, it's time to receive. It's time to receive. Just the fact, like, just this expression. I love these cards. This is amazing. Okay, I feel like that is it for my group number 3. We left off on a high note. And let me know how that resonated in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.